Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. So, I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. I want you to get up right now. Get up, go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. Things have got to change.
How many stations does this go out?
You've got to get mad.
67.
Say,
I know it goes to Louisville and Atlanta.
I'm not going to take this anymore. Then we'll figure out what to do about the depression and the inflation and the oil crisis. But first, get up out of your chairs, open the window, stick your head out and yell, and say, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Who are you talking to, Herb?
CGG, Atlanta.
Are they yelling in Atlanta, Herb?
Are they yelling in Atlanta, Ted?
But first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
They're yelling in Baton Rouge.
Get up out of your chair.
Son of a bitch! We struck the mother lode!
Stick your head out of the window, open it, then stick your head out and keep yelling and yell, I'm as mad as hell. I'm not going to take this anymore. Just get up from your chairs right now. Go to
Where
the
you
window.
going? I want to see if anybody's
Go
yelling.
to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell and keep yelling. I'm mad as hell. I'm not going to take this anymore.
I'm mad as hell! I'm not gonna take it anymore! I'm mad as hell! I'm not gonna take it anymore!
I'm mad as hell. I'm not going to take it anymore.
I'm mad as hell and I'm not gonna take it anymore!
I'm mad as hell.
I'm mad as hell! I'm mad as hell! I'm not gonna take this anymore!
People. I mean, you must remember that, you know, one of the most terrible crimes in the history of mankind took place in this country. For close to 350 years, black people were murdered, raped, hung, and forced to work for no money, not for a year, not for 3 years, not for 10 years, not for 50 years, but for 350 years. That's a long, long time, and that debt has not been paid. So Malcolm was the first one, and even before Malcolm, the Nation of Islam was the first organization that was pointing out the fact that there's been an imbalance, and they were looking it right in the eye, and he became their biggest spokesman and their most powerful speaker, and he confronted that issue. He said this debt has to be paid, this has to be balanced out, this has to be dealt with. were killed in this country by white people over the course of 300 some odd years of slavery. And we don't really deal with that. Black people don't really deal with it. White people don't really deal with it. You know, we have to really look at what happened here. And it's
the bustling streets of a modern city lies an ancient amulet with the power to
That was a clip from a movie called The Network. And with Network, what occurred was that the media, now you have this news anchor who now is upset. And he said, I'm mad as hell. I can't take it anymore. I'm mad as hell. I say that you need to go to your windows and scream out, I'm mad as hell. I can't take it anymore. You all need to understand, we all should be mad as hell and that we shouldn't be taking this anymore. And so, and I realized that though the system muted me, that I might need to just go ahead and do this again, because again, I want to make sure y'all get this, that with regards to Denzel, with regards to Malcolm, so we're just going to do this right here, because again, I want y'all to get this right here, that again, we need to have some understanding about this, because this was Run Tell That.
People, I mean, you must remember that, you know, one of the most terrible crimes in the history of mankind took place in this country. For close to 350 years, black people were murdered, raped, hung, and forced to work for no money, not for a year, not for 3 years, not for 10 years, not for 50 years, but for 350 years. That's a long, long time, and that debt has not been paid. So Malcolm was the first one, and even before Malcolm, the Nation of Islam was the first organization that was pointing out the fact that there's been an imbalance, and they were looking it right in the eye, and he became their biggest spokesman and their most powerful speaker, and he confronted that issue. He said, this debt has to be paid. This has to be balanced out. This has to be dealt with. Were killed in this country by white people over the course of 300 some odd years of slavery. And we don't really deal with that. Black people don't really deal with it. White people don't really deal with it. You know, we have to really look at what happened here. And it's
the bustling streets of a modern city lies an ancient.
And what I noticed going on, I'm here in the headquarters and it is muting me at times. So that's why y'all probably haven't heard some of it. But this is what we want to talk about. We're going to talk about this conversation, the conversation with regards to recompense, reparations, restitution, whatever name you want to use with regards to this, about equity, and other people talk about merit. That we tell folks, I said, it is not about merit. It is not about a meritocracy. It is meritocracy. Meritocracy. Meritocracy is going on. And guess what? Not enough people are mad as hell and don't want to take it anymore. We want to still suffer. It is not your lot to be a sufferer. I long told people this. It is not your lot to be a sufferer, and this is what's going on. And so this is what this showed. I said, this is the Gullah observation, mad as hell. We are not going to take it anymore. Conversation. We're putting it out there to everybody and say, hey, at least we're going to plant the seed. At least we know we're going to be voices for this right here. And so, again, going back with regards to excellence, people talk about excellence. So now let's go and address some of this right here about equity and about diversity and about inclusion, about fairness. This comes into play when we were now in our own communities, and what began to happen, that again, it doesn't matter if you say play by their rules, they will still go and try to demolish you. And so this is what we're going to deal with, this one right here.
Bronzeville. This was a community in Chicago, Illinois. Let me tell you about Bronzeville. This historically black neighborhood saw large sections demolished under urban renewal projects. Boston West, the west end of Boston. This was a home to a racially mixed but economically stable black and immigrant population. It was destroyed in the name of urban renewal. It was replaced with luxury housing, displacing low-income residents. And now let's look at Black Bottom. Historically, Black Bottom neighborhood was destroyed under the guise of urban renewal. This area was a home to thriving Black businesses and families. It was raised to make way for freeways, the I-75 and the I-375, and redevelopment projects, displacing thousands without fair compensation. So Elmwood, this is in Syracuse, New York. This was a vibrant Black community, and it was destroyed to make way for the construction of I-81. Families were forced to leave their homes with inadequate compensation, leaving lasting economic scars. So when you look at the Fillmore District in San Francisco in the 1950s to the 70s, this was once called the Harlem of the West. The Fillmore District was targeted for urban renewal. Over 2,500 Black residents were displaced, and hundreds of Black-owned businesses were destroyed. After the white mobs destroyed the prosperous Black Wall Street in Ringwood, Oklahoma, urban renewal policies prevented Black residents from rebuilding. The area was later redeveloped for white-owned businesses. Gas Plant District in St. Petersburg, Florida. This was a historically Black neighborhood, and it was torn down to make a way for Tropicana Field, the home stadium of the Tampa Bay Rays. Residents were displaced and promised benefits for the community, but it was never delivered. Of the Haiti District of Durham, North Carolina. This known as prosperous Black neighborhood and a symbol of Black independence. The Haiti District was dismantled for construction of Highway 147. Residents were displaced and the community's economic base was destroyed. The Lower District, Hill District, a predominantly Black neighborhood, was destroyed to build the Civic Arena. The project displaced over 8,000 Black residences and destroyed over 400 businesses. Then you have the Rondo neighborhood, which in St. Paul, Minnesota. A tight-knit Black community was split in half by the construction of Interstate 94, uprooting families and businesses with little or no reparations.
So, if you get it, people know who've been with me on my tours, on my journeys, I'm going to say that, guess what? It doesn't matter where you're from in the United States. Our story as Black people is all the same. And that there are three things that affect Black communities. Three things: public housing development. You all heard that. Urban renewal, interstate highway system, and integration. Integration causes us to stop going to our business and our communities. And so guess what? This is a part of our story. It doesn't matter where you are. That's why I tell people, it don't matter where you are. This is our story right here, no matter where we are. And you got to be mad as hell. And so you can't take it anymore. That's why I've said I saw the movie Network when I was a kid. And that stuck in my head when the people began screaming out the window. I'm mad as hell and I will not take it anymore. That's what this is about. And so I'm going to show y'all something I call, we're going to go to a break after this, but I call hypocrisy. That is Republican hypocrisy right now. You can't throw it on out there to you, because again, you all talk about it. Some of y'all, not y'all who looking at the show, some of your friends and family members talk about this right here, and they spit out the hypocrisy.
The stock market is the only sign of life, and it's only going up because everyone thinks Trump is going to win the election. You can't really watch the stock market.
We all saw the stock market soaring post-election. It reached an all-time high today, 82,000. Optimism everywhere. Just ignore the sky is falling reports in the regime press. Tune out the breathless reporting about market gyrations.
I'm excited about the economy. Look at the stock market. Our rocket ship is getting ready to take off in our economy with President Trump. We were probably overbloated with the stock market here for a while. We went up quite a bit.
You guys want to start with good news? The market's up 25% since you won. You tweeted this out that nobody in the media brings it up, so I said, you know what, I'm going to bring it up tonight.
Forget the stock market for a second here, and I have said on this program for years, it's never been my indicator in terms of the health of the economy.
The market always knows. So the market already started to kind of have this sort of rally, this sort of Trump rally. It's an energy, it's an electricity. We have to be very, very careful about all of this, and the notion that we have to react as Americans based on the market being down. So what?
Hypocrisy. So what happened? Donald Trump comes out and talks about, see how the stock market is rising because they assume I'm going to be elected. And then later on, the stock market crashes. Then they're going to say, oh, no, ignore that. And you saw how all began to spit it on out. The same thing. Tommy Tuberville, which is a disgraced senator. But again, he spits out this rhetoric, this propaganda. And we're going to come back to some more. Again, the propaganda and the lies that are tied to them. And some of y'all need to be mad as hell. And you shouldn't be wanting to take this anymore. But we're going to go to a break right now. We're going to go to a break.
Savannah, are you looking for some of the best Southern soul food? Then check out Kim's Cafe at 714 MLK Boulevard. The food is so good, you'll think that your mother cooked it. Located in the heart of Savannah, Kim's has a menu that includes breakfast anytime, lunch when you need it, and dinner so you won't have to cook when you get home. They also cater all types of events and can host your reserved event at the restaurant. Come see what everyone has been raving about. Great food, great atmosphere, and a great time. Kim's Cafe, 714 MLK Boulevard in beautiful downtown Savannah.
And this is Run Tell That. I'm the one on here right now because I'm mad as hell and I can't take it anymore. Like I said, I knew this as a little kid. And so today in these times, I'm looking at this madness and I'm seeing how we down with it. So this was going on. But we say support all our supporters. Kim's Cafe, 714 MLK Junior Boulevard. One Price Cleaners located in the Farmers Market in Garden City on Highway 80. Davis Johnson Bozeman Law Firm offices in Savannah, Atlanta, and Statesboro. In addition, we say go and support Chef Food and Gas on Styles and Gwinnett Streets in Savannah. Don't ride by, stop by. And so my brother Bernard Brown, my sister Araya out there, my brother David out there checking us out. And then we got our sister Didra out there in the house making it happen. So, you know, our sister Didra Murray looking out for me. And so let me know. Y'all can hear some of it because, again, this sister been muting me. But then again, we got all y'all, you know, yay. You got Ronald, proud of all y'all. So, but now we're going to go to some things that Bernard them discuss often, and so some of us talking about us coming together. So this is something that it got a little language in it, but it's also at the end, it is a surprise at the end that I shared. Now I'm let y'all know somebody else got this from me, and so they're gonna try to use it too. But let y'all understand, it came from me. I was the one who got it. So we're gonna throw this out to y'all right now.
So what's your take?
Bring back segregation.
100% disagree.
Dead accurate. Bring it back. I want to know where I'm not welcome. Okay. Put them signs back up. Colors only, whites only. Let's do it. All right. Rip the Band-Aid off. Especially for a restaurant. Are you kidding me? Whites only? What do I want to do in there? What they got? Mashed potatoes, mayonnaise, hot dogs. Colors only, we got seasoning, turmeric, paprika.
Okay, I like this.
Okay.
You were saying that the black excellence.
Absolutely.
The segregation is to get the
colored excellence.
Okay.
Okay. What's the playlist in the whites only spot? They playing Carrie Underwood and Kid Rock. We playing Babyface and Diggable Planets. Ain't no overhead lighting. What are you talking about?
Wait, where am I going?
Colors.
Hell yeah.
Look at his hair. Talking about where am I going? That's the problem with North Africans.
That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. I'm in. 100% agree. Let's go.
Talking about where I'm going.
Oh, man. Yeah.
What happens to you in the summertime?
Where are we putting the Italians?
Listen.
I just want to know.
I don't need their food. I don't like tomatoes.
So they're going on the white side.
Black people spend over $1 trillion a year. I would love for the government to force us to spend it on our own people.
This is very good.
Yes.
I like this a lot.
I brought you over to the side.
And the black airplane?
Oh, come on. The Soul Plane, baby.
I want to be on Soul Plane.
Yes, it's going to be noisy on there, but that's what noise cancellation headphones are for. You know what I'm saying?
And they're going to have all the good movies?
All the good movies, all the good music.
Oh, man.
And while we at it, bring back sundown towns. They never left, but...
What's that?
Well, a sundown town was back in the day during Jim Crow where black people weren't allowed to be in a town after the sunset.
Wow.
So those towns never left. They still exist in America, but they took the signs down. I want them to put the signs back up. I wanted to say 248 miles to the next town that likes colored people. Get your gas in Atlanta. Don't stop till you get to Savannah, all right?
I'm with her.
He with me.
Bam! You heard that? Get your gas in Atlanta. Don't stop till you get to Savannah. I had loved to. She from Brooklyn. She from Brooklyn. Crown Heights in the house. You know, I had loved that. But then guess what? Nah, some people might agree with me on this. Some people might disagree with me on this. But in Savannah, we should have been mad as hell for a long time. We should have been mad as hell for a long time. at least in Savannah, we should have been mad as hell for a long time, and that's what we do. And so, again, the show Network that I had showed in the very beginning, it was, again, a television station that the news anchor finally just, bam, he just exploded because he couldn't take it anymore. And so that's why I'm letting y'all know. That's why we do what we do on these platforms right here for Our Black Media. And also Hot 2100 Savannah. That in particular, we're trying to put the stuff out there so then that way you ain't got to be mad as hell. Like he said, you ain't got to go like tear nothing up, anything like that. But you can begin speaking out about it. And so, yes, so that some people look at this, that this is a good thing right here for us to not be forced to come together. But guess what? You should be saying enough to know that you ain't got to be forced to come back together like that. Just go forward and do what you got to do and just stand up for what's right. But guess what? Some of y'all ain't mad as hell. Y'all just comfortable with hell with oppression. You're comfortable as hell with oppression. You're comfortable with oppression. So I'm like saying, yo, it's time out. You should not be accepting some of this craziness, some of this insanity right here, that when we go and talk about people, just to show you all some more of this insanity that we're dealing with right now, I got to say, hey, wait a minute. Now, again, some of y'all might get mad with me. Some of you might get mad with me about this right here, but I didn't go and say it. But I'm chiming in, but I understand this right here. Roland Martin on his show, he went and made one of his segments on his show. He went and said that, hey, listen right here. He went and indicated that his sentiments and his feelings were that Donald Trump is the most racist president since Woodrow Wilson. Me and one of my friends, we had discussed it. I had said that he was basically being like and had been like and was going to be like Wilson. Wilson basically began to get black people out of federal positions when he now became president of the United States. Wilson also went and showed the birth of the nation that gave the rise back to the Klan. The rise of the Klan came based on a movie by D.W. Griffith, The Birth of the Nation, for the Klan, showing them as noble people, that they were saving white people and all this other stuff like that. So we look at today, and then we got people around here playing this game, acting like you're not understanding this is about oppression and repression that is happening right here in the United States. That's what's going on. That's what we're dealing with. And again, no matter when they say DEI in their own mind, they're thinking about, black people in general. That's what they're thinking about. So we look at that right there. We see that. And so DEI is so vicious right now. God, throw this out there to y'all. People talk about Malcolm, Martin, and the other person who they talk about who got assassinated, Medgar Evers. Oh my God. Even with regard to the insanity of DEI, that now Medgar Evers is taking off, that again, one of the heroes from the civil rights movement, the absolute insanity of this right here. But we ain't mad as hell, and we still comfortable with oppression. So here go Medgar Evers. And so just to throw something out there to you also, this is Lloyd Gaines right here. Lloyd Gaines, let y'all know, I put up the Martyr for Legal Education. Lloyd Gaines, let y'all know, Lloyd Gaines went to Lincoln University in Missouri. Lincoln is a HBCU, Historically Black College University. So when he finished from Lincoln University, he wanted to go to the Missouri Law School, the School of Law at Missouri University of Missouri. But they said no, they denied him, said that we will pay for you to go to a school outside of the state of Missouri. That was one of the HBCU law schools, like North Carolina Central or something like that, or Howard. But we'll pay for one that's a non-segregated law school. He said, no, I want to go to the school in the state that I'm from. So what then happened? The NAACP and Lloyd Gaines, they pursued action for him that the case goes up to the Supreme Court, and then bam, they're gonna say that Missouri must go and set up a law school at one of the black schools there. So then that way, bam, it begin because Plessy versus Ferguson, separate but equal. Missouri had nothing equal, and so they pushed it. And so Lloyd Gaines happened to be living in Chicago, and guess what happened? Lloyd Gaines is lost. His family never hears from him. After he is successful in winning the case that goes to the Supreme Court, guess what then happened? Lloyd Gaines is now kidnapped. His body is never found. the state of Missouri folks went and said that he just couldn't take all the hate that was going on, so he's now living in another place under assumed name. His family said no. The suspicion and what happened, that even a housekeeper going to discuss that she saw Lloyd on March 19th. Hold on a second. What is it? March 19th. Oh my God, March. Yeah, that's what we're dealing with right now. March 19th. That's when Lloyd Gaines is now kidnapped and never heard from, and the case has never been resolved. No one ever hears the man. This man was a martyr. Again, I put up a martyr for legal education. So yeah, that's what we do. And so we live in this society right now that are trying to continue the same type of insanity. And so just to throw it out there, y'all think we just talking about black folks right here, that when you talk about DEI, all that. So some people get twisted, just like some going to talk about how, because you're going to see a video, they're going to talk about Asians and Caucasians. But guess what? See how some of them forget their story too? So just to let y'all know this, what happened. There's some Nazis during World War II. There's some Nazis. These Germans, these are Europeans who now make their way to the United States, to Florida, and also to New York. But they are captured, and they are here to destroy American factories. That's what they're here for. They're here to destroy American factories. That's what they're here for, to destroy American factories. But then guess what? They are now caught, and they are given a trial. The Supreme Court will have a trial regarding them with defense attorneys. But guess what happened to Japanese Americans? They were put, who are citizens of the United States, they were put in internment camps. They were put in internment camps. They were put in internment camps. The Japanese were put in internment camps during World War II. They were not given any trial. They were enemies of the state. Citizens of the United States, enemies of the state, put in internment camps and lost their properties. Okay, but I know what some of y'all probably saying. They said, but Jamal, did not the Japanese get some reparation with God? Okay, I ain't gonna get in there because you know, I talked about reparation early, right? But okay, bam, yeah, the Japanese got reparations. But again, here go these folks. Then they say they are enemies to us, and they went and put them in internment camps. And yeah, that's a part of our story right here in the United States. And so I got something else to you all to deal with the thing I call meritocracy. Meritocracy. Which is, they talk about meritocracy, but it's meritocracy.
Colleges facing scrutiny include major public universities such as Arizona State, Ohio State, and Rutgers University, along with prestigious private schools like Yale, Cornell, Duke, and MIT. The crackdown expands last year's Supreme Court ruling that banned the use of affirmative action in college admissions at Harvard University and UNC. Critics of the Department of Ed's crackdown, however, argue DEI programs create equal opportunities for students from historically marginalized communities. Lynn Pasquella, the president of the American Association of Colleges and Universities, told NPR that the Trump administration is threatening to punish students, parents, and educators in public schools for fostering inclusive classrooms where diversity is valued and history is taught honestly. What are your thoughts? Leave a comment below.
So as it stands, they are not pursuing actions against universities. And what they say is based on Caucasians and Caucasians not getting fair access to those institutions. They're going to indicate that this is what's happening, that this is what they're trying to stop. That again, black folks, Latinos, and Native Americans that I'm saying the biracial, BIPOC people, that they are saying that, hey, listen, they have an unfair advantage. And so guess what? And so when we say Asia, we're talking about those from Southeast Asia, someone's going to say Far Asia, that is China, Japan, and also the subcontinent of India. So again, we're throwing it out there. So that comes into play. And so that is a problem. That is a problem that we see this meritocracy, this absolute hypocrisy. You have Caucasian men who are not qualified, who are not given positions. So that's something that's going on. And so some people are not happy with some of this right here.
Stock market is the only stock.
Sorry, I hit that right there. The stock market. Again, they playing the stocks. Oh, sorry about that. And so you thought Donald Trump was going to basically not save you, but then you see the stock market going down. And it's been tied, some of it been tied to with regard to the protests that have been having the people, because some people are mad as hell. And so we got to understand that we're all in this together, but then you need to take the lead from black folks, because black folks understood this, what happened. Black folks have understood what happened when you have people in office who ain't no good. Now, there's another group of people that I got to put out there who also understand that too. So we're going to throw it out there to them too right here, because they understand this right here.
Hello,
So some of y'all probably, because that's a quick video. That video right there is tied to the Navajo code talkers who were World War II veterans, who were heroes during World War II, who helped defeat the Germans, who helped defeat the Japanese. These code talkers right here help us bring victory to the United States. And even just like Medgar Evers, they are taken out. They are taken out also with regards to their history, with regard to the story. So that's why we're saying, listen here, we have a problem in this society right now, and we got to get it addressed. And if we don't get it addressed, then we're going to fall further behind, and we're going to deal more with that insanity. So I got to throw this out there. Some of y'all have seen this before, because we did this for you all before. And the words are still profound and still in effect from James Baldwin.
We, the so-called minority in this country, are in trouble. But the country may be doomed. The Western world, in any case, is certainly doomed. Because the economic system, which is responsible for our presence in this park, and responsible for the deaths, in so many ways, of so many black boys and girls, the greed that rules this country, the indifference to human life, which rules this country, is something that the world cannot afford. And what the world cannot afford, the world has always found a way to get rid of. We are talking about the end of a kingdom, the end of a way of thought, the end of a certain sense of reality. But it is important to remember that whereas we may be minority legally in this country, we are majority in the world. And between now and the year 2000, which is only 20 years, we must find a way to forge the links which will save us all over the world.
Click the link in the bio to get the book.
And my sister Deidre and my brother Bernard have been making some comments, and this is correct. That again, when it comes down to it, that listen, Harvard, tuition. Look at Harvard tuition. Look at the other people who have money who will go into Harvard, free tuition, other things like that. And so something that Baldwin said that we are indifferent to the lives of other people. That's the thing that I tell people that I am mad as hell about. That we are indifferent to the lives of other people that make it possible for us to have these devices right here. And so that's why I got to throw this out there to you too. You got to understand what this is about.
You
can see the huge scale of this open pit artisanal small scale mine behind me. 22,000 members of this cooperative. This is not considered industrial mine. It is all dug by hand. And it's all cobalt. They then sell the ore to Chinese buyers. And then that gets sold off down the supply chain. The president of this mine was complaining that Western companies will only buy from industrial mines. They're shoulder to shoulder and hot. It is so dusty.
And that is in the Congo. That is in Africa. Going on. Not concerned, because what happened when they're getting the cobalt, the lithium, they're getting the ores and all of that from diamonds, and that again, it funds what we have over here or supports what we have over here, and it gives the wealth to other people. This is a problem. People not having any concern about what's happening in Sudan. Nobody's having concern about what's happening in Congo. People not being concerned about what's happening in Haiti. So again, this is the shame that's tied to us. But there's someone on the African continent, that is President Ibrahim Traore, who is basically now bringing about education, bringing about land equity, bringing about fairness, and bringing about equality for women also in their country in Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso means land of the upright people. And so, but guess what's going on with him? Guess what's happening? That he kicked France out because they said we can do everything ourselves. We can produce our own gold. We can do everything. We can feed ourselves. That's what we were doing prior to them. We can do that right now. So guess what is happening? What's going on? What he's had to deal with.
To eliminate him. These coup attempts are not random acts of rebellion. They are carefully planned and heavily funded operations aimed at destabilizing Burkina Faso. Millions of dollars have been poured into these efforts, proving that foreign entities are willing to go to extreme lengths to eliminate Traoré and regain control over the region. One of the most shocking coup attempts was uncovered just weeks ago in Ouagadougou. A foreign agent was caught in the act, attempting to bribe soldiers with an astonishing sum of 5 billion francs money intended to finance a coup against Traoré. The plan began months earlier when an individual arrived in Burkina Faso under the pretense of being an investor. To the public, he appeared to be a businessman seeking opportunities in the country. However, behind the scenes, he was orchestrating a sinister plot. According to intelligence reports, this man was not acting alone. He had direct ties to powerful foreign entities that have long sought to destabilize not just Burkina Faso, but the entire Sahel region.
The West don't want
Number that underscores the relentless efforts to eliminate him. These coup attempts are not random acts of rebellion. They are carefully planned and heavily funded operations aimed at destabilizing Burkina Faso.
So here go one of the greatest leaders that we have today, looking out for the people, concerned for the people. But you have Western forces, you have European forces, and forces from the United States who are all interested in having him destabilized, want the country destabilized. So when we look around here and we begin having these conversations about why Africans cannot do this, why these black nations cannot do this, you don't even think about the hidden hands, as I tell you, the hidden hands that are hands that we have known, that we have seen, have always been there, and nothing has changed. They are still doing the same thing. So guess what? So let me back up and share this with y'all. No, when I say back up, I'm just playing. I'm being funny about that. That's the same thing that happens in the black community in the United States. What they're doing, what they attempted to do in Burkina Faso, and you heard them say, give billions of francs, 5 billion francs, so then that way they can have a coup that black folks will now sell other black people out, get rid of him, assassinate him, kill him, or remove him, so then that way they can then exploit the country. That is what happens with us, and we don't understand that, and we choose not to pull together when brothers and sisters are coming, giving them information that's correct information, not information to hurt you, but information to uplift you. But then when we go also get that same information, it lifts everybody else up. But then you have the other people not saying, no, to Caucasians, no, you can't join with them. Asians, you can't join with them. Latinos, you can't join with them. That is the non-African Latinos, that is. And then say, the Americans, you can't join with them. When actually, I tell you, we the bellwether for what's happening in any society that we're in. Any community we're in, look at the condition of black folks. I'll tell you how society is. If black folks are elevating that society, guess what? Then that means that's an elevated society. If black folks are oppressing that society, that's an oppressive society. So, but there's somebody who got some understanding, got a clue about this right here, and she went and made a statement with regard to that. Some of y'all know who that is. Naomi Osaka. Naomi Osaka. What did she go and do? She went and put it on out there, because what's going on, some of y'all may not be aware of this. France is going to say to the United States, some people in France have said, yo, check this out. Give us back our Statue of Liberty, because we gave that to y'all as a gift. Up there, people in New York, the Statue of Liberty, the people in France want it back. They're saying, listen here, y'all not living up to what y'all need to be doing. So guess what? This is what the deal is. Yo, my brother Bernard, they want the Statue of Liberty back over there. And so guess what? Naomi is saying, hey, listen here. She said, check this out. Since France won't stop back, she done threw it on France. She said, France, go back and pay Haiti all the monies that they had to pay for them to have their freedom. So I'm throwing it out to let y'all see this right here. Y'all see 1804, Haiti became the first black nation in the world. They defeated France. They defeated England, and also Spain. They defeated them. Black folks did that. Black folks unified. Black folks unified and defeated them. Military might. That's what they went and did. Bam. And so guess what then occurred? For Haiti to win this independence and maintain this independence, they had to go and submit themselves to a bribe, to a blackmail. Excuse me, I said a blackmail that was done by France, that was supported by other European powers and also the United States, because they were like saying, hey, listen here, but the deal is this. We are going to basically invade you together. And so you got to give it on up, Haitians. And so y'all see the Eiffel Tower, the very Eiffel Tower that y'all see in France. Matter of fact, let me go and do this right here, because I was going to hit something else, but I'm going to do this right here. The very Eiffel Tower, as we talk about, that people see in France, people not realizing that that actually came from money from Haiti. The Eiffel Tower that y'all go and celebrate and y'all love so dearly, that's in France, the Eiffel Tower, in fact, the funding for that came from Haitian, the same stolen money that they took from out of Haiti, that they not go and use that for them to have their Eiffel Tower. So that's why I say to folks, Black folks have funded what we see in Europe and in the United States, but you would never realize that. And then you go and talk about how our nations, how we cannot function in nations, not understanding that you have those hidden hands and those outright hands tied to the oppression. And so you all see this again. Haiti was forced to pay for his own freedom. But guess what? The United States never had to pay for its own freedom from Britain. But then why did they do that? Because again, this is the Black nation that sent a message to the world that if we come together, we can defeat them. And so, yeah, this is a part of the tragedy that we've been dealing with regards to Haiti. And so, again, throw up that Eiffel Tower, that very thing that y'all go take pictures at, understand that came from, and has been documented by the New York Times. New York Times, when it documented that the money for the bank to finance what we know as the Eiffel Tower came from the money that was stolen, taken from Haiti. And so that's why it's crucial for us. And what you're looking at right now, that's the Nagmawan. The Nagmawan, that means the runaway African, that they used to conch shell, the blow. I'll demonstrate for y'all. They use that for communications, like the drums. And so what happened, the Nagmawan represents a symbol of freedom, independence, liberation, and Black people who got the right mind unifying to fight the oppression. That's why you got to be mad as hell and don't want to take it no more. You can't sit down and be comfortable with oppression. And so that's what this is about. That's what's going on. So again, because some of y'all know checking this out. Yeah. So what happened also, guess what? In the 2000, President Jean Aristide, the president of Haiti, he had demanded reparations from France to give the money back to Haiti, what Haiti was deserving of. Guess what then happened? He is removed from office. Wait a minute, that's like what President Traore, what they're trying to do with him. Yes, they removed Aristide under Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton, they were going to work together to get Aristide out. Aristide now makes a demand for the monies to come back to Haiti. Also, let y'all know, there's another place where money's for Haiti. Gold is at from Haiti. That's in New York City. In New York City right now, up in that Bed-Stuy, Crown Heights, Staten Island, Long Island, Manhattan, Queens, Bronx, Brooklyn, all that. Yeah, they got money that the United States invaded Haiti early 1900s, and so they got the wealth up there. So when you talk about Haiti being destabilized, the United States played a role in destabilizing Haiti. That still kept on. Just like you have a you have a great-great-grandparent. Guess what? The great-great-grandparent of destabilization was the United States and France and Haiti. But guess what? Nobody going to talk about, you talk about who you are right now today. I'm like, no, it's not. You come from somebody else. And so that's what this is about. And we're going to come back to some more of this right here because we're going to be closing out in a few. But then I got to do this right here because we got to take this break right now. Hot 2100 Savannah. Hot 2100 Savannah. We are here for Savannah and the world. Hot 2100 Savannah, digital radio, hot2100savannah.com. We say go there. They got the QR code up there for you all to hit it. hit that thing right there and listen to our music, because we got the music for the people. We got the music for the soul. We got the music for the people, music for the soul, music for you to enjoy, music for you to remember. And that's why I'm mad as hell and I can't take it anymore. So listen to Hot 200 Savannah, and we got the shows for you. And so we got a little bit more, because we got to pay some homage to some things. We got to pay some homage to let people know, because we believe in doing right. And so we are being critical of some people. And so I said critical, but the critical is not based on hate, but it's, again, to correct your ways. And so that's what we want to see. And so when you now understand who you are, you begin to function differently. And so I got to do some celebration right now. I got to do the celebration right here. This is a great tribute right here that some of y'all may not know. Sebastian Bazille. Now, I'll let you know. Bazille, now, let you know, that's an indication. I don't know for a fact, but I think his family probably from Haiti, but he lives in New York. He's a resident of New York City. And so Sebastian Bazille.
A patient on Long Island is making medical history. Doctors say he is the first in New York to be cured of sickle cell anemia. As Jennifer McLogan reports, the patient is pain-free for the first time in his life.
Sickle cell was like a blockade for me, but now it's just like a wall that I just jumped over.
For 21 years, Sebastian Bazille suffered chronic pain from debilitating sickle cell anemia. He's now making medical history in New York State.
The cliche, the future is here, is actually true in this case.
We feel blessed to be able to be the first ones to be able to offer this.
Groundbreaking Lyfgenia treatment used Sebastian's own bone marrow in IV transfusions to create normal red blood cells.
When we could use Sebastian's own stem cells to do this therapy, we were delighted.
Sickle cell disease was described in modern medicine in 1910, and here we are over 100 years later, and this is the first cure you're seeing.
To the Med4 team, the hematology team, the transplant team, you guys have really changed my life.
In the United States, sickle cell anemia most commonly affects people of African, Mediterranean, and Middle Eastern descent. Cohen Children's Hospital hopes to target those communities with this life-altering therapy.
Sebastian been coming to this hospital since he was 2 months old. There is not enough word to show you how grateful I am.
Sebastian will soon be able to travel, work out, and focus on his education. He hopes to work in the medical world.
Amazing, and I can't wait to get back to my day-to-day life, because now I feel unstoppable.
From New Hyde Park, Long Island, Jennifer McLogan, CBS News, New York.
That is truly amazing, and we wish you all the best, Sebastian. By the way, today, civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump announced a $100,000 donation to Northwell to further the health system's efforts to treat sickle cell disease.
So, Sebastian Bazille now has been cured of sickle cell. So I know many of us know people, family members who have sickle cell or have the sickle cell trait, and that means that they have someone they marry or they get involved with and have a child with someone who also has the trait, then that child will possibly have sickle cell. So this is great news for us, but y'all heard that again, and some people say the research had lingered around because it had always been identified primarily with African Americans. But there's another group, they didn't go and necessarily mention it. Also, they're going to say that Hispanics also have sickle cell. So we're going to tell you that when someone say that they ain't got no African in them, that's where it's coming from. It's coming from that African experience. So right there, we got to celebrate that right there. And that's one of our great celebrations. But then also, and you heard that they said the future, we are, I'll back up. I mean to say, I'm going to paraphrase what they say. It said the future is today. The future is today. The future is here. The future is today. But then guess what? When you don't have an understanding of who you are, this is how you function. So I got to throw this on out there because, again, you know, that was a great note right there. But I want y'all to see, you see the greatness right there, but then you see the absolute horror of stupidity and insanity. So these are the people that are leading the FBI. And they don't have the merit. So now what happens? This is what the game plan is. If you are Caucasian, you don't have to have any real merit. And if you affiliate with them, you don't have to have any merit either. But you got to have merit. You got to prove it. You got to prove it. You got to get those people who are not like you. You know, you got to get them people not like you. You just give them anything. But you got to have merit. You got to have merit. You got to have. Oh, excuse me, I'm lying. No, you got to have everything, and also the kitchen sink. You got to have everything and the kitchen sink. But they can have no merit and under the guise of merit. And so here go people now leading the FBI, dealing with the Justice Department. And this is tragic right now. You heard somebody go and say that they want to basically stick the FBI on their enemies. That is not how they're supposed to operate. The FBI is not supposed to operate like that. So, but again, this is what we talk about and we throw it out there. But then I got to say this right here. There's something that I know that they don't know. They don't know, but I know this right here. I got to let y'all know this right here in case you don't know. But I know, and some of y'all do know. But I know, you know, but some other people outside, they don't know. So we're doing this so y'all can share the word with them.
Stronger than I ever been. Came to win. Came to win. Let's go. We from a great place. You can feel tradition. Hear the water talk to them if you really listen. A lot of roads paved, some of them you never know. Read the stars, you can see a King Taylor glow. Port biographical, doing it phenomenal. Rose through trauma over all the psychological. Okra in the pot over red rice. Eat and sleep on it, baby, that's some good advice. You can truly see what is opportunity. Talk the weeping time, bro. Talk about family. Talk about double shift. Dad on the forklift. Is it for the people though? Is it for the tourists? I be on the pole just talking about politics. Gotta paint hope over pain, broken promises. What honor is standing on the truth. Infrared proof with the fire in the booth. Come on. Stop cycling hate. Feel that shift in your soul. Know them bones gon' shake. Breathe life. Mama said get that right. Know when to pray. On that 100 reasons to fight. Inspire. I wanna see the family up. Black owned city blocks. Let the money speak up. Out of church. Gotta hit the street with the work. Dope is good. But hell can't handle the verse. War knock. Katie Holmes do that, bruh. I see buildings. Symbols and Dinkra. Say be thankful. Gullah Geeks give you the speech. Space on the sidewalk while you all in the street. Say Hutchins with the brush city full of the art. My era D-Wall shot beautiful arcs. Influence on the culture, we gon' play that part. How you finish ain't the same as the start. Now come on. Now.
Stronger than we ever been. That's Pope Fisher. Y'all seen Ahmed Kush on our show, our brother, and that's stronger than we ever been. Stronger than we ever been. And that's what we need to be about right now. We need to be stronger than we've ever been to now tread through these waters right here. And we can bring about victory right here. So that's why I want to close out with Pope Fisher. Stronger than we ever been. And y'all saw Kim's Cafe in there. Though I was not in the video, I could have been in the video, but Kim's Cafe is in there. Did y'all also the Waterworks right over there by Styles and Gwinnett Street, right by what we know is Chef Food and Gas. Ride by, don't ride by, stop by, right there. So he shot it right over there, Waterworks complex right over there, part of our story right there, Carver Heights, Carver Village. And so, yeah, stronger than we've ever been. And so this is the day for us now to come together and be mad as hell. And we ain't going to take it no more. This is Run Tell That. Check out all the shows on Our Black Media. Strong as Hell. We ain't gonna take it no more. Peace and blessings.
Like this.